you guys doing? I hope you're having a great start to your morning. I'm filming this actually yesterday, which is Thursday, and it's not bad. I just woke up. Actually, I just woke up. So today I'm going to be combining videos that are supposed to be in two parts into one. So today I'm going to share all my reads from August, which technically we still have today and Saturday, but I doubt I'm going to finish a book in between those 2 days. And then I'm going to share my 5 favorite reads I've read this summer between June and August. And before I get started, what did you read this month? What was your favorite? Did you have a least favorite? Did you have any rereads, or did you discover any new to you authors that are like favorite authors for you now? The first book I read was actually the ARC for Diverged Any Wood. Full review is up in the corner, so I'm not going to go into all the details. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. For the most part, there were a couple stories that were like, for me, but for the most part, I loved it. It was a great collection of good, clean adventure, inspiring messages, and the whole theme of just taking the road less traveled, not following the masses and everything. That I really love that. And actually, fun story, the other day we went to a Buc-ee's, which I mentioned on the vacation video. We went to a Buc-ee's to return something, and I found a shirt that I was like, I have to buy this because it goes with this book. And actually, I don't have it with me right now. It's in the laundry, but I will pop a picture of it in right now. And I was like, I have to get that because I just read the book with it. That's perfect. So hopefully I'll get to wear it soon. I would love to buy the paperback copy now. I like it. That'd be so cool. Okay, anyway. Now I want to say actually this was the first book I read in August. It just kind of got mixed up in the Goodreads link list. However, this was A Dream of Home by Kate Willis. I got this from being one of her newsletter subscribers. It was a free story. I don't know if it's going to be published and like available to read everywhere, or I don't know if this is just a newsletter story. I don't know if it's even still going out, so I don't know all the details, but I did get it from there. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Sci-fi is not one of my favorite genres. I don't understand it a lot, and I get lost really easy, and so I kind of like lose enjoyment. This one, however, it was pretty good. It was still like out different planets, space travel, but there was a bigger theme of family and courage. And the main character is actually Jewish, and I loved how her faith was also like intertwined with the space travel and everything. So it wasn't just all outer space stuff. There was a lot of faith aspects and courage and everything. So I really did enjoy that. It was a very unique read. I am very intrigued to check out the rest of the series. This one, I downloaded it for free on Amazon a few months ago, and I actually started reading it shortly after I downloaded it. That's how I know I was really sold on this book, because I read it immediately. And that is The Tomb of Phantomus. I feel like I've said this before in a video. I just can't remember what video I've mentioned it in, but I think I've said it in one. I gave 3.75 out of 5. This was kind of a toughie to review because the cover is what sold me, and the subject of ancient Egypt, and the writing was so good. It was so immersive, and like it just put you in the desert setting. It was honestly going to be a 5-star read. From like the first few chapters, I was like, I love this book. And it's super exciting and suspenseful, and it's all about this like a mummy's, not really a curse, but like there was a whole prophecy that, in 2,000 years this priest would come back, and I don't know what he was going to do, I forget, but like come back, and so they were excavating the site and their mummies and everything, and I was like, okay, cool, sure. However, the story really slowed down for me whenever Carter, the main character, whenever he went back to London or England, and just like going from there, because they were still on not really the case, but like the whole thing was still going on, and it just kind of lost steam for me, honestly, and I don't know, it was kind of a bummer. So I wasn't quite enjoying it as much, so that would have probably dropped it down to 4 stars. I think there is some mild language, if I remember correctly. I don't know. If it is just like one word. Towards the endish. There had like a whole psychic, and there was a seance of trying to communicate with the dead, and I don't like that. And I ended up setting it down for a few days just because I was like, just, not that I didn't want to read it, but I was like, I guess just getting tired of it. I don't know. So I really wish the setting had stayed in Egypt. That would have been cool. However, it just didn't work out that way, so I don't know. So this is kind of a toughie. I don't not recommend, because I really did enjoy it, and the writing it's so good. However, I don't want to recommend it because all the stuff that has in it like that, so I don't know. It's one of those guess your best and whatever works best for you. I am now getting into the books that I read during vacation, which I didn't even think to put vacation reads in my vacation video. I ended up reading 3 books during vacation. First off, I want to say it was this one. I finished it, and this is Empty Chests, which is a pirate book, friendship, adventure, courage, and stuff. And I got this for free, and I'd been reading it a little bit before vacation, but I finished it during the trip. It's geared for ages 5 to 12. That's what Amazon says. I started reading right off. It's super choppy and just entirely too fast. It was not working. It was not an easy read to kind of just go about. I figured, kids, it's going to be very fast paced and everything. But like I said, kids book, so it's like, But then the kicker, language. There were a couple instances of mild language, and it's like in a kid's book, 5 to 12, that's what the book is geared toward. And it's like, no, there does not need to be language in kids' books or middle grade books, honestly. I mean, no. Well, that was a complete turnoff, and honestly, I was like, are you kidding? I thought about DNFing, but I'm like, this book's super short, and I'm almost done with it, so let's finish it. So I do not recommend this, and I was honestly really shocked. So between the very choppy, not enjoyable writing to the language, I gave it 1 star. So that was a huge letdown. Next vacation read, which I talked about this a lot, I finished The Boy Who Didn't Exist. I'm saving my review and rating. I signed up to do an ARC review, or I signed up to do a review of some kind. But the book is free to everyone, which link is down below if you want to check it out. I don't know if there's going to be an actual day the author wants these reviews shared, so I'm just waiting. I'm holding it. I should contact her and ask her. It was good. I'm going to say that. It was good. I did enjoy it. It's a positive review. And my last vacation trip read. I said in that video that I would probably just pick something random to read on my Kindle, and I did not disappoint myself. I picked something really random. Organizing Your Dorm Room Made Simple. Nonfiction, it's about organizing, which I love organizing stuff. I'm not a college student. I don't live in a dorm or anything. However, I downloaded it for free several weeks back because I was like, small spaces. Organizing it, giving yourself more room in a small space. That's for me because I now share a room with my sister, so things kind of got cramped in the move. My office could definitely use some of these tips, which there's not tons I could do with my office because it's a closet, so there's going to be clothes and stuff in there. There was some decent information in this book, some useful different ideas. Nothing that I've never heard of before, or nothing that was mind-blowing. But honestly, just good reminders of things that you can do. It has some useful information, and it was really well organized. A little repetitive, I will say, but it was a quick read, and it was organized and helpful. So I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. Then this I read after we got back. Nova and the Lost Stars by Lillian Keith. This was an ARC for me. I did the cover review in a different video. I will be sharing my full rating and review next week on the 6th, September 6th. That is my day during the launch tour. I cannot wait to share my review. Oh my goodness. I'm going to leave it at that. Lastly, I read the entire box set manga of Demon Slayer. They're my sisters. I read Death Note in another video, and she was like, you totally read Demon Slayer. And honestly, the anime is beautifully drawn, illustrated. The story is really interesting, and the character growth is amazing. However, there's also some language, and there's a lot of false gods and a lot of beliefs that just don't mesh well with my beliefs. And so it was kind of like a, I did not agree with a lot of what they did. They mentioned a lot of Buddha, well, moderately mentioned him, and they also, whenever they did a lot of reincarnation, which, no, I don't agree with that. The Bible says when you die, heaven or hell, and the only thing that'll get you to heaven is nothing that you do. It is only through your salvation, the grace of God. Jesus saved you. Nothing you do can get you to heaven. It's only by his grace. And that is all. And once you die, there's no, maybe he can forgive you in time. No, your time was here on earth. That's why we are to redeem the time, and today is the day of salvation. So I read all 23 books, which was insane. I can't believe I read the entire set, and it was a lot. However, it was so fast-paced, and there are so many it's like in comic book form because it's manga, So many of the block squares are just actions, and so it's kind of easy to move through all those boxes and to not realize, oh, hey, wow, something big happened. I gotta go back and look at this action scene a little bit closer. All in all, for the whole series, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I do enjoy the characters, and I also like the plot's really interesting. Last night, actually, at around 1 o'clock, I finished reading the last book, and my sister's like, text me when big stuff happens so we can talk. And big stuff happened. Honestly, I was heartbroken. And I'm like, you did not just do that. That was honestly the most tragic thing that happened in the entire series. However, I'm not getting into all of it. Fellow Christian readers, I don't think you'll enjoy it much. I mean, you might to a degree, but I don't know. So it's another one of those where I don't really recommend, don't really not recommend. It's whatever you feel comfortable with reading. There's a lot of blood, a lot of action, a lot of violence, a lot of murders because the demons do eat people. And that is everything I read during August. If we're counting all 23 books individually, which I didn't in my Goodreads thing, but I am, then I've read 30 books this month, which is a little insane, a little crazy. So I'm going to take a break in between August reads and my 5 favorite summer reads and share with you a cover reveal, which is a couple weeks late. I honestly totally forgot to mention it in the last video because I wanted to mention the one for Nova and the Lost Stars, so now we're doing it. Today we are looking at the sequel to Ichabod Fly and the Great Newspaper Around It by Bree Pembroke, Cooper, Drivacoach, and The Long Bride. And it just sounds like it's going to hold up in comedy terms, so I'm very excited for this. I do have the Goodreads link and also the pre-order link for Amazon in the description. The author is also currently accepting ARC reviewers for advanced reader copies to read the book before it comes out and leave a honest review of the book on Goodreads platform, what have you. So I don't know how long that'll be going on for, but I do know because she just posted it the other day, so I'm pretty sure you have a little bit of time. I don't know. But the link is down there if you're interested. Okay, my 5 favorite summer reads. These aren't necessarily summary books, but they're just books I read during the summer season of this year, so let's go ahead and get right to it. I actually read a lot of really good books this year, so it was hard to dumb it down to 5. I do have a couple others that would have been on the list. They just, for whatever reason didn't make it. But yeah, it was a very good season of reading. So starting off with Just Right, and I have reviewed all of these either in their separate videos or in other videos, so I'm not going to go into full depth. She invited all her newsletter subscribers to be ARC readers for this book to help with this launch, which I really do enjoy that. It was fun getting to be a part of it. So I enjoyed it. I forget what I gave this book, but I want to say I gave it 4 stars. It was just a sweet, clean romance, perfect for spring, summer, and it was just very, very good. I enjoyed it. My next favorite would have to be This Gray Canvas by Jaden Phillips. It was just so good and just, oh wow. It was very just inspiring, a feel-good story, encouraging message. If you are an art enthusiast or an artist or anything, or you enjoy middle grade fiction, you really need to check this out. It was good. And then The Imaginary Friend, I gave this one 4 stars. It was just a bittersweet Very short. It's actually a 2-part story. Both are very, very short. But it was really heartfelt and, like I said, bittersweet. It was good. And then my art copy for Diverged Any Wood, which was just amazing. My last favorite of the summer was Nova and the Lost Stars, which I'll get to my full review and everything, which I can't wait to share that. But yeah, it was a favorite, that is for sure. So that concludes everything August and everything summer, which I am so glad to be saying farewell to summer, because this has been insanely hot this summer in Texas. It's been bad, and honestly, yeah, I know fall around here won't be much better. We might get a couple rainy days, and we also might drop in the 90s, which would be great. So yeah, let me know what were your absolute favorite reads this summer and everything, and leave a book recommendation. I would love to hear from you guys. Next week I will be sharing my review for Nova and the Lost Stars, and I have a couple other videos that are kind of in the works, and I'm working on those, so I'm very excited to share those because it's going to be fun. We got a book challenge. I'm going to go ahead and go have a fantastic weekend and a great rest of your day, and until next time, happy reading!